What is Cafe Mocha? Cafe Mocha is experts, celebrities.
What's up? This is Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yours truly, Idris Elba.
This is Fantasia.
I am Iyanla Vanzant.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Latoya Luckett.
Music and features from a woman's perspective. Intriguing conversation, the Swag Award, Espresso, the Mocha Mix. So much more, all from a woman's perspective.
What flavor are you, baby?
This is Cafe Mocha.
He was already a pretty well-known sports broadcaster. Then Mike Hill fell in love with Cynthia Bailey of Real Housewives Atlanta. He joins us to talk about that relationship, how life has changed, and life and love in the age of social media. Cafe Mocha begins now. It's Cafe Mocha. Angelique, along with my guest host, Mike Hill of Fox Sports 1. He's got a new show on Fox Soul TV. It is a new app that's filled with,
Everything.
Everything.
Not just sports. We rarely talk about sports, but we talk about what's happening or impacting the black community. We're talking about it on Fox Soul.
And he's got a new show called The Mike and Donnie Show.
Yes.
And you've been on this show before. You've co-hosted. You've done all kinds of things. We know your work. Anybody who, knows sports, we know your face. We know your voice. And so I got to be honest. When my aunt called, it was like, "Ooh, who is Cynthia Bailey's new boo? He cute." And I'm like, huh? Mike Hill, I know him. How has your life changed? Even though you're already famous, you're already established, how does life change once you become a part of that movement?
It wasn't no thing like this. This is a different animal right here. I thought I'd be ready because I had done sports for so long at ESPN and Fox and national networks and whatnot, and done some stuff for Netflix. But this reality show thing, especially Real Housewives of Atlanta, this is a different stratosphere. But you know what? It's been good. It's been fun. Just supporting Cynthia, do whatever I can to help her, and that's my baby. And so whatever she needs me to do to be on the show, I'll do it. Except stay out of that drama. I know how to moonwalk up out that drama. I'll tell you that much.
And so for the people who missed out on everything, tell us about, a little how you guys met and decided to get married and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, a lot of people know we met on the Steve Harvey Show. We met. She got asked to come on there to do a dating show. Steve was trying to help her with her dating life, and one of the producers reached out to me and asked me if I'd be on the show through a friend of mine named Ephraim Salam. And at first I was hesitant, and it was like, would you want to meet one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta on a dating show? I'm like, which one? First question, which one? And then they said Cynthia. I'm like, okay, cool. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't think somebody like Cynthia Bailey needed help finding love. And I think I was doing okay in the streets too. I was all right. So I wanted to go in there and just see what the experience was like and have fun. And, also I was making the transition out of sports or whatever. So yeah, there was a little bit of just being seen by a different audience as well to see what it was about. And who would have known, man? 2 years later, we're in love and we're about to get married this year. So it was a slow burn in the beginning. We just started dating, and then it just kind of intensified, picked up, and we just realized that we had so much in common. And then when I was writing the book, she just saw a different side of me. She saw I was able to let go a lot of stuff, and it just worked out. And I'm just so happy it did. I'm blessed, and I'm just so thankful that a lady like Cynthia Bailey's in my life, because it's been, besides my kids, the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Oh, sweet. And she's such a sweet, nice woman.
She is.
So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We're going to talk about maybe the experiences that you've had on the internet, maybe with trolls, maybe with overzealous fans.
I didn't know where you was going there with the experience I had with the internet, because it could be some good experiences and some bad experiences.
I just want to hear the bad.
Okay,
all right.
Hear the bad. Okay.
It's Cafe Mocha.
The hours they turn into seconds whenever
Like more Cafe Mocha? More of the flavor you love in just minutes. Keep it right here. Cafe Mocha.
It's Cafe Mocha with my guest host, Mike Hill of Fox Sports 1. He's got a new show on Fox Soul TV. It's a new app. It's not a sports show. They talk about every little thing. And I'm sure one of the things that's come up is this cancel culture.
Yeah.
And the idea that if you get on a TV show, a reality show, or whatever show, and you say something wrong, they just want to X you out.
Yes, they do.
What experiences have you had with any of that, or people that you know?
Well, personally, I'm always careful about what I say, but I'm also cognizant of some things I've did 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9, 10 years ago. So I've gotten in trouble before. When I was at ESPN, I got in trouble. I got suspended a couple of times for something I put on social media. You got to watch what you say because people are easily offended. There have been times where I was like, let me go back and do a Google search or whatever. Let me do a search on social media to find out, to clean it up.
Right.
Because you don't want to put yourself in a situation like Kevin Hart was.
Right.
Something that happened 19 years ago cost him a situation at his dream job. So I'm careful, but at the same time, I'm also very cognizant of who I am, and I want to keep it real, and I'm going to keep it raw, and that's what people expect out of me. But at the same time, I also know that we live in a very sensitive society, and I don't want to disrespect anybody or make them feel disrespected. So I'm kind of cognizant or careful about the words and how they come out of my mouth, because in social media, the problem is you can't take tone and context.
Right.
If they take that out, then they don't know if you're telling the joke or not. They just know that you put something out there that they find very offensive.
And then they don't know you.
Nope.
And so they can't even add context to that. Sometimes it's just this little thing that gets out there and everybody just sort of runs with it. A few weeks ago, we were talking about the Me Too movement. Mm-hmm. And whether or not it was working. Mm-hmm. And we got a call from a guy named Mark Welch that I kind of want you to listen to and offer up kind of your response about, what you've seen and experienced.
I was just here listening to your radio show about the Me Too movement. Has anyone talked about the aspects of the men that get swept up in this foolishness that have nothing to do with it, but because you come in contact with a woman that may or may not have psychological issues, you get wrongfully accused, and due to the fact that it's everywhere and you can't take the chance, that man loses the best job he's ever had, a career that he's built up over 5.5 years. I mean, I've had it happen to me, and it was outright disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what he's gone through. It sounds like it's personal, whatever's happened to him or whatever. And if he's innocent, I pray for him or whatnot. But we also got to be very aware that we live in that society now where your actions or even if it's innocent, you think it's innocent, could be taken the wrong way. And if it's taken the wrong way, it can cost you your entire livelihood. Your reputation could be damaged. I've been in this business for over 20 years, and like I said, one wrong move, one thing I say something, or one wrong word can just cost me everything. So you just got to be very careful when it comes to that.
Mike Hill of Fox Sports 1. Fans of Real Housewives Atlanta know him as Cynthia Bailey's boo. Plus, you can also catch him on the Mike and Donnie Show on Fox Soul TV. And this is Cafe Mocha.
Don't you go anywhere. There's more Mocha on the way. This is Cafe Mocha.
Cafe Mocha. Mike Hill continues his guest hosting duties. Fans of Real Housewives know him as Cynthia Bailey's fiance. We're talking about life in the age of social media. Now, you have 3 daughters.
Yeah, they keep growing.
And so, what do you tell them age appropriately about the line? I mean, there's joking, there's goofing, and then there's the line where you have been violated.
Right.
And when I say violated, there's a difference between, oh girl, you look cute in that, and damn, that's a fat.
Right.
There's a difference.
But there's the lines are different for each individual.
Right.
And that's the problem. I can't tell them what line they have because it depends on how they take it. I can tell somebody, Angelique, you look very beautiful today. I love your hair like that. Oh, your eyes are gorgeous. I can say that, and you might like, oh, thank you. If you find me cute. But if I say that and it's somebody you don't want to receive that from,
right,
you can take it the wrong way. And that's the issue sometimes. So when you find yourself in a professional environment and you don't have that kind of relationship, you better preface yourself by like, hey, don't take this the wrong way. Just want to tell you, I think you look very nice today or whatever.
But what do you tell your daughters?
I tell my daughters, like, it's a feeling that they have. Like, they feel violated, if they feel like somebody's being creepy, which happens now.
Right.
Because on Instagram, I could put a picture of my daughters up on Instagram and they get followers and they get these creepy old men jumping in their DMs saying things. I know there are a lot of sick men in this society, a lot of sick women in society, whatever. But I tell them it's a feeling, and if somebody makes you feel that way, please be vocal about it. Please speak up and be like, you know what? you make me feel very uncomfortable. Start off being nice, but if they persist, then you got to, tell somebody about that type of stuff, but don't let it go on and progress.
All right, talking to Mike Hill from Fox Sports 1, has a new show on Fox Soul TV. I want to talk about kids' internet habits and daddyhood and how you handle these things coming up next on Cafe Mocha.
You like our flavor. More music, more chat, more Cafe Mocha on the way in just minutes. Keep us in the palm of your hands. Take us everywhere. Anytime. Download the Cafe Mocha radio app. Take us with you 24/7.
It's Cafe Mocha. My guest host this weekend, Mike Hill from Fox Sports 1. He has a brand new show. All you have to do to get it, totally free, is download the app Fox Soul TV. It's the Mike and Donnie show. Plenty of good content on there if you like what you're listening to right now. I'm sure there's plenty more like that. Raw.
Uncut.
They can you curse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can't curse.
No,
Sorry.
no.
FCC won't let us. We're talking a little bit about the internet, and you were talking about, your daughters and creepy followers on Instagram. I feel like our generation is ill prepared for how to regulate social media for our kids. How are you handling it?
I just tell them to be careful. We go back to the whole cancel culture. I used to have this. I had an issue with my youngest daughter when she was in high school. She was putting some things that were really inappropriate on there. She was cursing. She was doing some things and saying some words that I was like, you know what? I know you say it, but putting it in public like that can really affect you when it comes to getting into colleges, getting a job later on in life. So I tried to warn her about those type of stuff, those things. It's kind of hard, but I just try and give them certain guidelines about what is appropriate and not going over the line or whatever. But as far as like them putting certain pictures out, don't represent what you don't want people to see. Don't represent yourself in a manner in which you want them to be able to disrespect you. That means the booty shots and all that type of stuff. If you decide to do that, each his own. But for my daughters, I will ask them to put themselves out there like ladies so they can be treated like ladies.
The world is watching it, and I just always wonder why after the first teacher got fired and after the third cop got arrested and after all these social media posts turned bad for people, why people still just throw stupid stuff on the internet.
When your followers say, you need to delete this, you need to delete it. Because if you get like 10 or 15 people saying you need to delete this post or whatever, you've gone too far, to be quite honest with you, because they know that you're going to get in trouble. Now, there are going to be some things that might be edgy and I might be telling the joke or whatever, whatnot. But when it gets to the point when you feel like you're going to offend somebody or represent yourself the way that you don't intend to represent yourself,
right.
Somebody's going to see you a certain way, just don't put it out. Like my man Herm Edwards, a former coach, used to always say, don't press in. That was his whole thing. Think about what you got to say. Don't press in. And you see it, read it, make sure that that's what you want to really put out there to represent you.
I always would say when I first started social media is if I wouldn't say it on the air, then I'm not doing it on social media. And that's sort of the rule that I've stuck by. But a lot of, when it comes to journalism, I don't think people realize this, but there are laws and rules in place about what you can say and do on the internet, and you will lose your job.
Yes, but you can, because we have morals clauses, but then you see the man that's in the White House saying crazy stuff on the internet too. I mean, and I'm not going to get into the whole political thing, but I don't know how far your show goes or whatever, but it's like, what are the rules? Because the line has been picked up and shifted and moved entirely to a different stratosphere now.
It's Cafe Mocha. My guest host is Mike Hill of Fox Sports 1. He's got a new show on Fox Soul TV. Download the app. It's called The Mike and Donnie Show. We're talking about the internet, and I want to get into relationships and how wonderful social media is for our relationships.
Not always.
Catch our flow? What? This is Cafe Mocha Radio. Radio from a woman's perspective.
This is why I just can't.
Cafe Mocha Angelique along with guest host Mike Hill. He's from Fox Sports 1. You can check out his new show, which is not at all sports related, on Fox Soul TV. It's called The Mike and Donnie Show. I'm going to go back a few years. And as I said, I don't put stuff on social media that I'm not going to talk about on the air.
Right.
our lives are so public anyway. We don't really want all of our stuff out there, right? And so I remember dating this guy, and he got all upset because I wouldn't change my status. And I wouldn't put up pictures of us together. I'm like, well,
should have said it's complicated. I can't do it.
well, it's not that it's complicated, and things have changed a lot since then. I mean, this is some years ago when Facebook was a little fresher and things were, we were still figuring it out. And I'm like, well, are we together?
Right.
Why do I need to do all of that stuff when we're together all the time? I mean, what are you finding when it comes to social media and relationship stuff? You know.
Well, it's different for me now than it has been in the past. You mentioned being in a relationship. Obviously, people know I'm in a relationship with Cynthia Bailey, and my Instagram followers have grown immensely. I put a lot of pictures up with me and Cynthia. I love her.
Well, but it's different for you because you guys, it's, that's different. It is a public thing.
I get hammered. Why do you put so much on social media about your girl? Why y'all put your relationship out there? That's going to give people fire so they can find things wrong with, and they're going to be able to tell you, I told you so. The thing is, and the way I look at social media is if I'm proud of putting something on social media, I can put something I eat because I like it. I could put a new car on social media. I could buy a new house and put that on social media, all the bling in the world. Why can't I put my bae?
Right.
Why can't I put the woman that I'm most proud of and the woman I love and show the affection to and put her on a pedestal because she's my queen? I want to do that. So I want to show the world, and I want to show other men that it's okay to put your woman out there if you really feel that way and you're in love. So I'm gonna give her platform and her throne that she deserves. And if that's on my social media account, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Now, but is this the kickback? Is this from men or women or both?
From a lot of it's from men, guys. And like, why are you putting it out there? Like a lot of my friends, whatever, they give me a lot of crap about that or whatnot. And then some women will do it like, y'all, I don't believe them. They just seem too happy, and that shows how miserable the world is too. A lot of times you put up how much you love somebody, they can't stand it because they don't have anybody or whatnot. And I'm not downing them or whatnot, but this is my account. And if you don't like it, you don't have to follow it. You don't have to. I'm not telling you to put a heart up there. Just tell me, let me do what I want to do, and if you don't like it, just keep it moving.
All right. Well, we've run out of time.
We have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come back next week now.
Well,
Can I get on the payroll?
You should come back when somebody's here other than me.
No, I love it. We got a lot to talk about.
I know. This has been fun. And like I said, for anything you might have missed, and trust me, you missed plenty, download the Cafe Mocha radio app and click on podcasts, and you can hear the whole behind-the-scenes conversations, including the curse words Mike said that we can't put on the air.
I'm sorry. I thought I was on the Mike and Donnie show.
You did, which, by the way, is on Fox Soul TV. Download the app. It's weekdays, 11 p.m. Thank you so much, Mike. It's been a pleasure.
Angelique, thank you so much. It's been fun.
Cafe Mocha is a production of Miles Ahead Broadcasting in partnership with Compass Media. Executive producer Sheila Eldridge. For comments, booking, or more information, visit cafemocharadio.com.